Earth 2020. Society is in ruins, and a virus runs rampant among the world's humble citizens. They are lost. In these dark times, three wayward nerds cross paths at the House of India and realize they are destined to be friends. And so they did. This is their story. The story of the Side Quest.
Welcome back to the Side Quest podcast. Happy birthday, Luke.
You came this year.
I came this year.
Nate, why are you so interested right now?
Because
It's my birthday.
Oh,
you're making toy sounds.
here. You do it.
Blow.
Yeah, let's blow.
He's unfamiliar with blowing. Well, what's been going on, boys?
You've been going hard on Grounded.
Yeah, it's like an addiction. I'll be like up late at night. I'll be like, I need to sleep, and then I'll be like, no, I need fucking materials.
I need mats so bad.
You see there's apparently going to be a Grounded 2 possibly announced.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
What's so wild is, again, when I played it in the beta, there was like an area that they only let you play in. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, oh, it must just be the same area, but stuff like that. The other day, I just went on the other side of the tree, like last night, and I was like, what?
There's a whole nother part
I was like,
of
you
this
can
map.
go by, and then I see like the shed, and I was like, you can go on the shed? And he's like, yeah, that whole, and I was like, this map is huge.
Yeah, they fully like, because it was like early access for the longest time on Game Pass and Xbox, and then like I think they went because on Xbox it's the fully yoked edition. Is what they call it.
They updated it on Steam to be that too.
Yeah, so that's the like it's done, it's out. The game is finished. We're just gonna add like super bosses and some fun stuff here, and like the Battletoads things.
Yeah.
Added later.
And the Ant Queen, I think, is a recent addition.
I remember that. I got a little bit of TikTok buzz on that one when that dropped because people were going like, "Fuck, this is hard."
Yeah.
Because BJ and I just did the first lab.
Yeah, we did the Hedge Lab together on our shared world.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
What was the boss for the Hedge Lab?
It's mostly just like spiderlings and like the little robots, but the whole thing about it is like that's the first one. So after you do that, you get into the real game, like you get your upgrades and everything.
And now we can play the real game.
Yeah,
It's like Monster Hunter.
That's right.
Now the real game starts after 20 hours.
Yeah, so now we're trying to work on getting to the pond lab, and I'm trying to get us
You gotta fight the koi fish.
we don't have to fight the koi fish. I'm trying to avoid.
But you
that
can?
motherfucker.
You can.
I'm
I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know how that boss fight would work. You probably have to like.
It'd be hard as fuck because
Yeah.
he just sucks you right in immediately. Every time I get close to him.
I looked up a list because I'm like, what are like the major like bosses of the game? And some I'm not going to tell you because I think they're story spoilers. But like, there's obviously like a spider queen mother thing, the ant queen, the koi fish. It's not a boss yet, but the crow is listed as a super boss in game. And it's people were like, what does that mean?
Because I've had some morbid curiosity because the crow will go to like 3 different spots to perch.
I think he just drops mats for you.
Yeah, and
Or materials.
Yeah, the his feathers are a really good thing to pick up. But I've gone up and I'll be like close enough and I'll be like, what would happen if I shot an arrow at that motherfucker? And nothing has happened so far, and I'm pretty sure I've hit him. But last night I went to the castle playset thing. There's a bunch of milk molars up there and gunpowder. And then I went to the infected zone because I've upgraded my gas mask all the way. So I was able to make it through there. And the way that you get into that one is completely fucking ridiculous. You have to go kind of outside of the zone and through this like busted open PVC pipe in the ground and like swim through it underwater to get to the base.
That's rad.
Yeah. And there's an infected ladybug boss down there that you have to fight that spits infected mites at you, so he spawns other enemies.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Dang. I mean, like, the only gripe I kind of have, but I get that it adds to the longevity of the game, is that it feels like time to death is really quick.
Yeah, but like the whole thing is with your upgrades that really goes down. Because last night I was in a situation where I was fighting that ladybug, and he, like, one of his attacks is just spitting 3 more infected mites at you. There were like 15 around me at one time, and the ladybug attacking, and I was fine.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you... So you're using the smithing station to upgrade your armor?
Yeah, upgrading weapons and armor is a really good thing to do. I wouldn't recommend upgrading level 1 stuff. Level 2, I'd get to a certain point just so that it's durable. And then just get to level 3.
What are like the bugs that give you level 3 armor?
So there's a different type of mosquitoes called tiger mosquitoes, and they give you a better beak, which will give you the bleed heal. And then once you...
That was the mosquito sword thing you said, right? Or like the Hawaiian sword, what was it called?
No, that's the tick macahuitl.
Macahuitl.
But yeah, the tiger mosquitoes, they're a really good weapon. And then I found the level 3 hammer, which you gotta kill like a roly-poly basically to get materials for.
Where do those spawn?
Like the upper yard.
Okay.
Yeah, like where the hedge base is, like kind of in front of that. But
how big are the
roly
roly-polies? As big as the ladybugs?
Yeah, about that big, and then they'll throw rocks at you and shit.
It's really interesting, like, remembering, like, when I first played Grounded, it was, like, spiders were, like, the bosses, like, the major enemies, and then, like, all your best gear was, like, fighting ants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. You just got the
100%.
ant armor and katana, and that was the end of it. That was all you had. And then now hearing that, like, oh, there's a mosquito, like, basically the Dark Souls, like, bleed build katana. You've got, like, yeah, like you said, the Makuhil.
Yeah.
Makuhil.
I also have the stuff to build it, but I haven't done it yet. With the level 3 hammer, you know those rusty nails you can see sticking out of fences?
Yeah.
You can break those and get rust as a material. So there's a rust spear that when you stab an enemy with it causes them to be infected. So I guess it's like poison damage.
Oh, yeah, like rust through, yeah. That game is
giving them
genuinely
a tetanus.
Yeah.
The game is genuinely, like, really creative.
It is.
Like,
do you know anybody who's gotten tetanus?
No.
Personally, no.
I've been warned about tetanus infinite times.
Yeah, all my life. Yeah. Yeah, that's why you see it tetanus shots, and then when I was an adult and I could choose which shots I got, they were like, "You want a tetanus shot?" And I was like, "No." And I don't go walking around walking on rusty nails.
Yeah.
I feel like because your job might because you're dealing with like new doors, so you probably don't deal with rusty ass nails.
I mean, I have dealt with rusty ass nails.
But you're careful as hell usually.
Yeah, where I just like drill them out. I'm not like.
I don't know. I feel like it's different per.
like,
I guess it's probably different for the
Yeah.
job, maybe. 'Cause, like, yeah, I'm not dealing with rusty shit ever.
Yeah, I'm not.
So.
Yeah, Grounded is very fun. I recommend it.
How far are you in KH3, or have you just kind of stopped?
I mean, I'm still playing it. I got to Monsters Inc. last night, which is only the 3rd world I've been able to go to. But yeah, it's a lot better when you are able to turn off the attractions. I'll say that. Like,
Yeah.
When you have that menu, that's the only useful thing that I've found is being able to turn that shit off. It makes the gameplay so much smoother because you're not stopping every 2 seconds.
Yeah, it did get annoying just because you get the attraction and you're like, well, I'm going to press it because it's a lot of damage. And then I was just like, boom, there goes. You just set the controller down for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It feels like.
the only one that I really liked was the carousel because it's like a rhythm game.
Oh, in KH3.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, the carousel.
Yeah, I like that one, and then obviously the train, but the train shows up in scripted events, so that one doesn't really count. But the fucking water raft one sucks.
Well, just because the cutscene's so long.
Yeah, and then it's also like floaty. It doesn't feel like you're hitting anything. So if you're like locked onto an enemy and you're hitting them with that thing, it just like Sora, Donald, and Goofy don't react. The controller doesn't vibrate.
Isn't
or
there a
anything.
Magic Mountain one?
That's the roller coaster one.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah, that one you use against one of the Titans, and then at the end, I think that's it.
Yeah, I remember using the carousel a lot.
Yeah, that one's really fun.
The thing with like any game that gives you that like super moves, they have to be like quick and snappy.
Yeah.
Like at max, I would say like a 3-second thing, and then you're done.
Yeah.
I do like the different forms that you get for some of the Keyblades, like the one that's exclusive to PC or whatever. It just gives you the Kingdom Hearts 2 moveset.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love that one,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
And then the big Toy Story hammer is cool too.
That was one thing I did like is the transforming Keyblades, and because they brought that kind of from Birth by Sleep because that was where it started.
Yeah, because it's just an evolution of that. So it makes sense, but I don't know why Sora knows how to do that.
and Riku doesn't.
Yeah, Riku is the literal master. He's better than Sora, and he does know how to do it. Also, his Keyblade broke somehow. That's
Yeah, his
possible.
Keyblade just broke, and they just
Instead of just despawning.
and they just handed him a new one.
Yeah.
He didn't go on a quest to get that. It was like, here's a reserve one. Have fun.
Yeah,
and it's a fucking car key.
Also, in that game, it really pissed me off watching one of the cutscenes because Kairi writes this letter to Sora, and she's like, "Hey, we're in the hyperbolic time chamber," but she says time doesn't matter here, which means that time is fully stopped for them where they are. Why didn't they just stay in there until they were masters?
And ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why didn't they all go in there and then go out and do the shit if time stands still?
Yeah. No, that was some dumb bullshit. Because I think for me, Kingdom Hearts is gonna live and die by 4, because
If they fuck it up, it's over.
3 was clearly like too many cooks in the kitchen.
But
the deadline.
I feel like though, if 4 fucking sucks, you're gonna still, and 5 comes out, you're still gonna play 5.
I'll probably play it, but I won't be as excited to be like, oh fuck, pre-order, get it immediately.
It'll turn into a series where I'm not buying it day one and I'm
Yeah.
waiting for a sale kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I'll get it,
Because
but it'll be like I'll
I
look
think
up.
the point is I feel like no matter what, you guys are still gonna be playing Kingdom Hearts games no matter what.
I'll definitely go
But
back.
you're
and play
obviously
the old
not
ones,
as stoked
yeah.
about it, but
That's kind of what it is. Is like I want to know.
Like,
I'm
that's
gonna want
okay,
to know
but,
the
like,
story.
you know, like for
Right.
me, it's like I still played the newest Halo, being a big Halo fan, but I
like,
wasn't stoked on
Yeah,
it.
I mean, 4, I have
Actually,
to,
that's not true. I was stoked for Halo, but then I was like, I easily dropped it.
We
And
got-
now
well,
when
c-
like any new stuff came out, I was like, I don't really care.
like the only I've wanted to play Halo lately, but I'm also like, I don't want to download it again. I'm good. Like it's the thing of like, nah.
well, for me, that was Assassin's Creed. I was all about it. And then
Until 3.
Until 3, and then Desmond died, and I was like, well, story's over.
But then you played.
He never played 4.
Never
You've
played
never
4.
played-
He's
Black
never played
Flag?
any of the other ones.
What's the best one?
4 is
I
genuinely
started
the best one.
Origins.
4 is really
And then
the
I
best game.
soft-locked myself.
Would you agree
Hmm?
that Black Flag's the best Assassin's Creed?
In terms of the history, plot, and gameplay and stuff, yes, the modern day sucks, but most of the modern day sucks.
You can't. Yeah, that's the
Problem is
worst,
that that's part
the
of-
worst.
It's
Like category to judge an Assassin's Creed game on.
well, because I actually like the modern day for the first couple, and then 3 was cool because they actually were like, all right, since he's getting the bleeding effect, now Desmond is gonna do assassin shit in the real world, and I'm like, that's what we were building towards. Fuck yeah. And then 4 was like, you're just a faceless Ubisoft worker, and I'm like, great, awesome, love that. The only time it was
but
cool.
at the same time as I'm not trying to play assassin mechanics
Yeah.
in the real world where I'm not actually killing people. I'd much rather be in colonial something
Yeah.
with my secret hidden blades.
Yeah. Well,
But that mission in 3 where Desmond goes to get the apple is like one of the most memorable things from
Yeah.
the series for me.
Okay.
it is one like 3. 3 is one of my favorite. I think 4 is the better game, but 3 is one of my favorites because of like you play through 1, go through the entire Ezio stuff to this one. They built that like story really well, and then for him to just put his hand on the thing and he dies, it's kind of just oh well that sucks. And they're like, all right, we're gonna milk this franchise till the end of time. I'm part of that problem, I know that, but like it's one of those things. I'm like, damn.
Remember, like a couple years ago, Luke was like, "I'm gonna play through all the Assassin's Creed and write a whole paper on it," and we were like, "Okay."
I still have the paper. It's there. I just haven't done anything with it.
Yeah.
Because I stopped at Unity because I burnt myself out. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's a lot of fucking games.
Yeah.
And then I went and said, fuck it, I'm going to play Valhalla and burnt myself out again.
I've been playing Rematch, which is made by the Sifu devs.
Sifu soccer.
Sifu, it's Rocket League but with people.
So soccer.
No.
No.
All the crazy shit you could do with Rocket League.
But the first time he said that to me, I was like, are you fucking serious?
It's a lot of fun, and I hate sports games, but this is a lot of fun. Being a person that played Rocket League when it was in beta as if on the PlayStation 2 when you could buy it as a mini game.
Oh, the first
Rocket Powered
Rocket
Battle
Rally or
Yeah, it was
whatever?
called Rocket Powered Battle Cars.
I remember that.
Yeah, played that. Then when it became beta on the next generation of consoles, played the shit out of it. Then was a day one believer of Rocket League, and then I stopped playing the day
Epic bought it.
Bought it because they took off the marketplace, and I was like,
because they put in like the blueprint system, right?
yep.
Or was it,
And you can't sell and trade stuff. And I knew people that like made money, like not serious money, but like
but they're
netted like $100 over the course of a year.
Yeah, but like some people make a living off of that shit. Like old school RuneScape, there's people that make a career out of playing that game. WoW is the same way.
Yeah,
it's wild.
It's so wild that they're like, nope, we're not. We want that money.
Yeah.
You'll give us all your money, not you don't make money. We make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, because it was crazy because like I knew people that were like, yeah, I'm not going to spend money on buying like in-game currency. Well, like originally I'm going to like buy and sell items, and then the money I make from that I'll buy
stuff that I really want.
In-game currency. So it's like in the end they still got money, but it was just like, let me just.
But we want more money than that.
It's crazy. But Sifu is really great. Or no.
Rematch. I mean, yes.
Rematch. Sifu is also really good.
But
Rematch is really good. It's like, it's like indoor soccer. So you're like, you can bounce it off the walls. The goalkeepers have, it's like magnetic hands, which is the only, like one of the worst things of all time. Because it's not like other games where it's like you can do like tricks with the ball, and so you can't like run up to the goalie and like trick him out.
Yeah, juke him.
And it's just automatically the goalie like comes near you and dives, and the ball just goes zoop, and you're like, great. So it's just a game of shooting the ball good, which is fine. But that was my only gripe with the game. There's a couple stuff that's buggy, like priority of stuff where like you see an animation of my character whose foot is closer to the ball, another character does a different move.
And that move takes priority.
Yes, and I was like, what?
It's like my foot was in the ball.
Yeah, my foot is
they
touching
kicked
the
it
ball,
that way.
but technically this move takes priority over me touching the ball, even though so there's some weird stuff like that that infuriates me. But other than that, we played the shit out of it over the weekend.
My buddy Tanner has been all over it. Like that's his like most hyped game of this year. And I think part of that is because we both freaked out over Sifu, and he played their other game of Absolver. It was that like multiplayer kind of like fighter thing, and so he's been more into them for a while. So this was like he saw it at the Game Awards or wherever it was announced, and he was like, "I'm all in. Give me the game." And he played the first private beta, like he signed up for it, got in. Now he's been playing this one this past weekend.
Yeah, the playtest was like, sign up for the playtest. You're in the playtest.
Yeah, it was. I think it wasn't one of the consoles was not a part of it. It might have been Xbox, because I'm pretty sure PlayStation you could get in, and PC you could get in. But
the other playtest that looks really good that I didn't think was going to look good, and I got invited to play the original playtest, is Dune Awakening. It looks insane.
It does look really good.
It looks really good.
Did you see the
base building? And I got like, I signed up right when they were like, yeah, like sign up. Like, well, like if you get in, we'll send you an invitation. You have to like sign some NDAs and do some stuff like that. And I was like, perfect. Did it all. Just didn't download it. And I did. And I was like, how did I not? And my buddy Christian, who also does like, he is kind of the person that got me turned on to like, yeah, just sign up for any playtest you see and you're probably going to get in. And I just started doing that. And he was like, I also signed up for the playtest, got in, did everything, and didn't download it. And now he was like, man, like we missed the Dune Awakening playtest. So looks insane. Yeah, looks like sick as hell.
I love the story reason as to how this game exists is it's Paul Atreides like getting high as fuck on spice, seeing visions of the future or the past. And this one was, he goes, what if I was never born and my mom had a girl like she was supposed to? And this is that universe where Paul doesn't exist.
They could also just say it's an AU and not have to connect it to Paul at all.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have, but instead they were like, no, it has to be canon. Either or, I think it looks cool.
Well, that's another problem with Dune canon, is trying to insert a video game that came out today is nearly impossible, because 1,000 years before Dune and 1,000 years after Dune is
all accounted for.
Yeah. So you have to go to like modern times where none of that shit exists.
Yeah.
Like because I think what they wrote all the like new like House of blank books, they're all like, here's the entire history of
all
this
written
house.
by the guy's son.
Yeah. They have, and then they even have that one where like, oh, we could do a game about the Paul's
Well, not all
Jihad
of
or
them,
whatever. And it's like,
but
nope,
yeah.
there's a book about that now too.
Yeah.
The son took over like writing a couple books.
Well, the first the books ended at Chapter House, and then Frank Herbert died, and then it was a couple years later that he decided to write the actual 8th book, but he split it into 2. And then he just kept writing, doing stuff over the years with another
son?
writer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I think it was 7 books is what Frank wrote. And then it was like decades or however long until he had the manuscripts of what the last book was going to be. And then got a writer to help him do it. And they split into 2 books and those got released. And they just kept writing shit together of like, here's what happened in between Dune and Dune Messiah. So here's Paul thinking maybe this was all a bad idea, actually. Look at all the destruction. Then they go, like all the House of Atreides, House of Harkonnen, House of whatever, and all this stuff. Here's the Bene Gesserit book. Here's all this. And it's like, they kept making books about everything where there's literally like no corner unturned.
Yeah.
Now, there's not really a lot of room for adaptations of like, where can we put this one? We're like, I don't know, man.
We don't have 5 minutes. We could make a thing for
Like, there's a week between these that you could put a thing in, maybe.
Yeah.
There's, I mean, like one of the stuff. I mean, it's kind of basic, but like they both happen in a desert. But like when they show in the trailers of like driving through the desert and stuff, it gave me such like Mad Max vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
great
hella
game.
underrated game, dude.
Yeah. I like that it felt, I mean, that it was essentially mostly a hand-to-hand combat game. Even though it's like you could use a gun and it was really powerful, but the whole
The
thing
bullets
was
are really fucking rare.
really rare.
If you're like me, you basically use them for boss fights, or when you're on the car, you're like, I need to shoot that guy out now.
Yeah.
He's annoying. Yeah.
You do get way more bullet. You can like it's like handgun or like anything the main character gun uses. Really rare. Car bullets though.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Pretty
Common.
Yeah. Anytime you put machine guns on the car,
Yeah.
then infinite bullets.
It-
Anytime you have a machine gun in your hand, you
have
got
like
like
3.
3.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the math doesn't add up. But
It's
whatever.
really funny seeing like that version of the Wasteland, and then going to play Rage from like id, and it's like everything's so scarce, all this, but you have plenty of bullets to shoot.
Yeah.
Nothing but bullets.
Yeah.
Water, Food, good luck.
Also,
Bullets,
the bullet
Ever.
farm is in that game, so they could have just been like, "You got bullets. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it."
100%. But I did like how they focused it to hand to hand because it would have changed the whole like feeling of the game,
I mean, it helps
especially
that
going through levels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
that was what the third. Which one? I think that came out after Middle Earth, but that was of the trifecta. It was like Batman, Middle Earth, and Mad Max. Of like, here's the cool free flow combat that everybody loves.
Yeah,
And it got used for 3 games.
yeah.
And then nobody touched it until Ghost of Tsushima did their version of it.
Well, what about Shadow of Mordor?
This is it. Yeah, it was Middle Earth, Batman,
okay,
Mad Max.
yeah.
All under WB, and now most of those studios are dead.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it takes a streamer
And then we'll
playing
never
Batman
get
for them to
the,
even
what is it
consider
called?
making another one.
the system from Shadow of Mordor.
The fucking Nemesis system, which was gonna be for Wonder Woman, but then that game got canceled and the studio got shut down.
I hate you. You're my enemy.
Well, I think it was gonna be her fighting like the Greek pantheon of like, or the DC version of the Greek pantheon, and like because since most of them are immortal and like other stuff, they would have dealt with like that.
You defeat them, but they come back.
Yeah, I was so down for it because if anyone's gonna be like again an action game, it'd be Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Because she literally uses a sword, shield, spears, the lasso.
whip.
Yeah, like you
macahuitl.
literally have. You literally have
I
so
hope
many.
we get a Macahuitl in the next God of
Macahuitl.
War.
Me too.
Speaking of that, did you see that's apparently they're doing like a like a Metroidvania God of War, possibly.
Really?
It's set pre
2D?
2.5, so like Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, stuff like that. But it's apparently similar to like that Blasphemous game. But it's gonna be set before he was the God of War, so before God of War 1.
Like during
During
he was a
that, his
soldier?
brother Demos is apparently supposed to be there.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's supposed to be announced tomorrow because the state of play came out, and then a bunch of people goes. Anyway, here's all the leaks that I have for it.
Speaking of tomorrow, tomorrow's a big day because you become a man, and also because Switch 2 midnight.
Yeah, I become a man.
Yeah, Luke turns 18 tomorrow. Everybody.
Hey guys, it's been great. I know I'm no longer gonna be the jailbait on the side quest. These 2 adult men have been really helping me in my career
He's
of
so
a
mature
podcaster.
for his age.
Yeah. When this podcast started, it was just me grooming him in a way, but now it's turned into something else.
Something actually meaningful and special.
Mm-hmm.
You found a connection that you didn't think was there.
Yeah, it's like I've groomed myself as well.
I'm so mature for that.
You know, when this started, I was just grooming you, but really, I think I groomed myself.
But I think in the end, you groomed my heart.
You
Groomed my heart. Ew.
You softened and groomed it.
Speaking of, we're very excited for CP tomorrow.
Speaking of what?
Grooming.
Yes.
We're very excited for CP on the Switch tomorrow.
You have to stop abbreviating
Dude,
Cyberpunk.
it's been a while since I got into some CP. I can't wait to get back into
God,
it.
you can't abbreviate Cyberpunk.
CP is just very special to me.
No, you can't abbreviate Cyberpunk.
Yeah, dude. Switch 2 tomorrow. I'm actually very fucking excited.
Me too.
We're gonna go to the midnight launch. Probably gonna be
Vlog it.
vlog it. We're gonna probably go early, get our finalize the receipts, get the stuff, get our numbers, and then
How
head
early?
over- 6.
We should call them today and see what time they're
Yeah.
doing it.
6 and then leave and then go back.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if we get the receipt, our number will be on it, and then they're gonna go, hey, line up by your number, and then so if we're early, like front of line, we can get it and get out.
Do you think people wait early Wednesday morning to get the first
No, because
seat number?
They always have units that aren't pre-ordered, and the people that weren't able to go will camp out for that. So like when Switch 1 came out, it was another tense situation at GameStop.
And then from what I remember, at least when I worked at GameStop, anytime there was events, they didn't actually let you finalize till later in the day, because they didn't want people to crowd the store in the beginning of the day. They wanted you to hey, we're finalizing receipts later. Because I remember for game releases, people come in, hey, can I do that now? I'm like, no, I can't do it yet.
Yeah.
And it was usually around
But was that a
midday.
thing that you actually couldn't?
Yeah, or we probably could have, but corporate was no, not
yeah. I just didn't know if that was they locked you out of
Because the way that they do that is kind of a weird situation anyway, because they're technically selling you the merchandise before its street date.
Yeah.
So they're not technically allowed to do it that way, but you don't leave the store with it, so it's kind of a toss up.
But they don't lock you out of the computer. They
the computer will tell you, hey, this isn't street date, manager number or whatever. At least I think that's what it was. You had to have you had to put in a code to say no, yep, it's good, and then do it. So you had to do that for every transaction for that point until midnight or whenever 9 o'clock, whenever the actual it's out now time was.
It does ensure that everybody gets out of there quickly, though.
Yeah,
so
because they really don't want just a line of people just to stand there while they're checking them out.
Yeah, until 1 a.m.
Instead, you can just go
if it's a midnight release, and you have a line of
35 people.
Yeah,
fuck.
35 people. That could take a long time.
Whereas you can go, hey, I'm number 2, and they go, cool. And they look at the receipt and go, Switch, this game and that SD card, dope. And they'll bag it up for you, hand it to you, and you leave.
There you go.
Yeah.
I remember when my grandpa took me to the 3DS midnight launch, and I was one of the 6 people there. And I was the only one that seemed excited about it.
Wait, so because of the pre-orders, GameStop gets shipped X amount of Switches?
Yeah, they generally know how many they're getting from their distro stuff.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
So they only allow a certain amount of pre-orders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have a limit for each store.
So it's not you,
on hardware, at least.
So it's not a thing where let's say 1,000 people showed up and pre-ordered, they would get delivered 1,000.
No, they have a set number that they're going to get for launch
what was it? They had they had 30. They had 35. I think it was 25 Mario Kart bundles when we came in, and then 10 regular. I think
it was 11, and I remember
11.
walking up to the counter, and I was like, "I'll take the one without Mario Kart and Mario Kart, please." And the guy went, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it was
Why did you do that?
Because I want the case. I want the physical edition.
Yeah, I'm not getting a case for Mario Kart. He is.
Oh, okay.
So he's paying what? Oh, it's not extra in the U.S., right? Because remember that rumor that it was going to be $10 more. Did you just pay the 80?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
80.
So I don't know what that rumor was.
So
It
let's
was
say
some website listed.
so they only had 35 essentially.
roughly, yeah.
Let's say everybody pre-order. They do 35 pre-orders for the
so
store.
they're guaranteed 35.
But they might get more.
They usually will get a handful more of here's 15 more. Hope to God people get there.
That's 50% more, though.
With Switch 1, it was only 3 extra units.
Oh, well, yeah.
Out of how many pre-orders?
Like 40.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what? That's 10, like 8%?
Yeah.
8% extra?
For software,
I was going to say, if you have, if this one you have 15, that's more than 50%.
we know that
extra.
Nintendo, like, backlogged the fuck out of the Switch 2.
Yeah, and they've been stockpiling them in the U.S. for months.
So the first few waves are going to be non-tariffed, and then when the tariffs go into effect, once they have to start shipping again, that's going to probably up the price for them. So
I don't think it will.
it depends on where they're going from, because it's
Well, I just don't think the tariffs. I don't think the tariff price is actually going to happen.
probably not.
Yeah.
Although I know, because I know that's
It's all these like, we're going to do this, and they're like, well, we're going to do this. Okay,
Yeah.
we're not going to do this. All right, we're not going to do that.
because I know Xbox used that as an excuse to raise
yeah.
the price for all their shit.
Chili.
So
What?
yeah.
They
Xbox used that as their excuse for now the Xbox Series X is $600, and the Elite Series 2 is now 200 and something. And I was like, all right, well, I'm glad I have an Elite Series 2.
Yeah, that's fucking
'Cause
wild.
Jesus.
That's so bold for Xbox to do.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
don't have anything coming
as
out.
the loser of the generation, you were lagging
But a winner
behind
in my
everybody. I mean, I love my Xbox more than my others, but
Xbox is the biggest advertisement for PC that I've ever seen.
It's true.
well, I mean, like the thing with them
I
is
bought a Series X, and then immediately I was like, I'm going to buy a
PC. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been like kind of a
And
nightmare.
now I just was easily like willing to move the Xbox in here and haven't thought about moving it back.
Speaking of which, we recorded the new Let's Play.
Ooh, yeah, because we play games now.
Yeah.
And
It's a banger.
game, it's a game that I never played, and it's fucking awesome. And I love it now. So keep your eyes out for that.
That's okay. That's the next one we got to play. Like, I do enjoy. To be fair, you're so cracked at RE4.
Yeah.
But the entertainment value out of Dead Space across the all emotions, like with Resident Evil, it's like 2 emotions at peak. It's like impressed and like there's definitely entertainment. Like Dead Space, it's like impressed with like your like how you play. This, it's like I'm scared. I'm like, this game is amazing. The sound design. Oh my god, I'm scared again. Like it's a full spectrum of emotions that I get.
It's literally a mixture of we're scared because it's genuinely frightening, and then God, let's suck off this game just for the entire time we play it.
Yeah, 90% of the playthrough is just us going, it's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
Many times though, it happened twice, and then I started like feeding you your vape because every time you're like, I'm gonna take a little sip right here,
And then a fucking monster will come out of it. I'm
yeah.
like,
We only have gotten about 3. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different variations of monsters that we still haven't gotten to. There's heavies, there's bloaters, there's, I mean, we've seen the tentacle, but that's a boss. Yeah, there's plenty of bosses.
I'm very excited because we'll go through this clearly and then be like, all right, let's play like another game, and then between then we're gonna go, all right, Dead Space 2.
I do not think we're gonna. I think we're gonna finish this and immediately go.
Just go to Dead Space 2. Yeah,
because then we can get to
fine
Dead
with
Space 3 and do
which is
co-op,
yeah.
and then banger.
yeah, I really enjoy that game. And then we had Lee over all weekend. Had a great weekend, by the way, with you guys.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that was a little wild kind of fun weekend. Even though that Friday, pale strong.
yeah, we got fucked
Yeah,
up.
because Friday night we were all fucking rowdy. I was dead tired because I had worked from like 8 a.m. and I just went paid off the Switch and came here, and so I drank coffee and beer, and I was like, oh fuck.
When we got done playing Dead Space, the whole part of the room that you can't see was just full of beer cans, and so was
Everything,
this
yeah,
seat.
this area.
We were fucked up playing Dead Space.
And then then we get Lee over. Well, then what did we watch? Because we just started like putting on videos, right? Or
We were trying to find. I remember we tried to find that one with the lady's arms.
well, no, because that was with
gunshots.
Lee.
Yeah.
I'm talking the night before after Dead Space because we still had like a moment where we were like, we're probably gonna go to bed soon, but just throw on something because we didn't watch movies.
I don't know. I remember
Oh,
we watched
we
those
tried
old
I-
Smosh videos.
Yeah, we did. We were trying to find just for fun, the Resident Evil like Gooner mods.
Yeah.
So I just was looking about directions to Shabu Shabu just to like confirm which one to go to, and then all of a sudden on both of them it says closed, and I was like, "The fuck!" I called the guy yesterday, And he was like, yeah, no, it should be okay. And anyways, they close from like 2 hours in the afternoon.
That's smart.
Yeah, it is smart. So, but the one in Murfreesboro is the one we're gonna go to.
Sick.
Yeah.
Just had to confirm just to like see traffic times. Yeah.
If you're in Middle Tennessee, go check out Shabu Shabu. It's fucking great. I saw a guy wander in there by himself one time and had no fucking idea how to eat with chopsticks or anything that was going on. And you could see the visual frustration on his face the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, it was so funny.
Because homie's probably in here just like, make me food. But it's like, you mean I got to do it all myself? And then he's like trying to use chopsticks as well.
He's like looking at the people next to him like, It was so funny. That was a night that I was there with Devaney, Joey, and Taylor. And I was sitting at the bar, and I just didn't interact with them the whole time because I was just watching that guy. What is this?
Yeah, he's probably similar to go like, they expect me to leave them a tip and they make me cook all my shit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Ew.
That did sound kind of nasty. You got a little...
Yeah, some phlegm.
I've been playing a little more Metal Gear just because I've been...
Don't do that. You'll actually...
Yeah,
probably.
I was about to say Luke would...
Luke makes throw up noises and then gets sympathy vomit for himself.
That'd be really fucking funny. You fake it. You're like,
Why did I do that?
If we had a Patreon, I think we should do some gross stuff.
Yes, I want to do the milk challenge.
Milk challenge.
He keeps saying that.
The other one would just be like watch things that have poop in them and just try to get through it after drinking a bunch of something.
That's the only internet video that makes me gag is the fucking 2 girls, 1 cup, and then that Subway one that you showed me.
The hoarder lady who had like poop or pee in the buckets.
That
was
pretty rough too.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was that because we were watching something and it was something that it was something that was like super bloody or something. And Matt, what was it we watched? You visibly like were like
it was in Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Where he stuck his finger in the guy's artery
and like snipped the thing and shit.
And he had his 2 arteries like together, and I was like,
Matt literally. I heard the gurgle just.
Yeah,
and like I looked over,
you heard it come up my throat, like making its way part up. You're like, how it escalates in pitch.
Like Matt was literally like,
"Are we recording on video?"
Yes.
I don't see the red thing.
Yeah,
well, because it's like cut off.
After playing RE, it's kind of fucked up.
Leon Kennedy ruined something else.
Speaking of RE, the leaks keep coming out. We're apparently gonna get a. Oh, wrong one.
That one.
Yeah.
Hi.
Whoa!
Oh,
It's
hello.
Is it just gonna do that?
You mean how
really
The aspect ratio of that?
That'd be really funny if it did.
No, I told you it's just zoomed in.
But is it recording zoomed in, or is that something that you did?
No, that's just how.
If that is how it's gonna look, that's gonna be really funny for that episode.
If that's how it looks, we're calling this episode Luke's long birthday.
Yes.
No, because look.
You can scroll down.
No, we're
see
good.
the knees.
That'd be really funny if now that's what the camera picks up.
that would be fucking hilarious. We're just sitting here like idiots. Like, no, it's fine. While we're affecting it. Nothing but balls. Jesus fucking Christ.
And back to our
regularly scheduled program.
What's funny is if they don't see that
crotches.
at all, like they still see the full screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Resident Evil, 9, because there's a Sony State of Play on my birthday, June 4th, and
yeah, we called it in a little favor.
I appreciate you, dog. Mm-hmm. Yeah, got a hold of Sir Sony himself,
John Sony.
John Sony.
But
King of the North.
I thought John Snowny.
John Snowny.
But I can't have sex with you.
Taking my vows.
I've taken my vows.
Jon Snow.
Stop rubbing your butt. We have to cuddle for what, Jon Snow? No, don't.
Lick my Jon Snow.
Don't push
lick
your
my
butt
taint.
into my crotch. I've taken my vows.
Shit, I would have done it.
He did do it.
He did.
He goes, all right,
But I would have done it immediately.
we're in this
You would have folded the second.
Yeah,
we're
I'd
in
be
this
like,
cave with
"Fuck
this
that."
with this hot spring, and the gods can't see us here.
Yeah. I would have been like, man, maybe Mance Raider was right. Damn.
Yeah, you see some of these wildling bitches, you're like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, for real. Get some giantess pussy.
The funniest thing though is like when I think of like the wildlings, I just think of a bunch of like white hippies with dreadlocks.
Henry Oak.
Yeah,
I've been re-listening
like but mostly
to...
white women with dreadlocks and beads. Yeah,
Yeah, and like...
with full armpits, full of
Yeah.
hair. Yeah,
And like actual tattoos, but they look like henna.
yeah. That's my idea of wildlings.
Yeah. I can see that.
We're free here.
We're so free.
It's also cold as fuck.
Oh my gosh, the White Walkers are coming.
When's the next? I know the mobile game's coming out, but when's the next piece of IP material?
Yeah, probably House of Dragon Season 3, I assume.
Yeah,
another
let's
season?
hurry up and get that fucking shit over with so we can get back to the characters we give a shit about,
The
please.
Jon Snow one got canceled. The Arya one is...
Uncancel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll forgive everything if they uncancel it.
I don't know. I mean, the game is happening. Again, it's going to be a shitty mobile game with a fuck ton of
We were saying
microtransactions.
a fire emblem,
Fucking tactics game
That
in
would
that
be
universe
so
would be great.
cool.
Because you could
especially
still...
if it was like of one of the previous wars.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, let me kind of...
Robert's Rebellion.
I was going to say, like, let me three houses pick that shit.
But what I really would want from a Robert's Rebellion would be like a action.
Just Elden Ring.
No, like a God of War, like not the new ones, like the older God of War ones with like
so just full hack and slash.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a
like-
Dynasty Warriors game, but you
Yeah,
play as
so-
Robert or...
Yes,
Yeah.
like Dynasty Wars, because that whole
Just
thing is
1,000
you're
enemies
one
and-
guy.
Yeah.
That would actually
surround-
be really fucking dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Because
dope.
Ned would also be playable. Dynasty Warriors always has like 90 characters you can
True.
play as.
Yeah,
That'd be so dope.
You also get to play as the enemies after a while after you unlock them, so you need to play as, like, fucking...
Yeah, Tywin.
Yeah, Tywin Lannister on, like, horseback.
Yeah, he'd definitely be a cavalier.
What is it? Even though he was off taking care of Jon, what's the guy with the two swords who trained Jaime?
Oh,
Dane.
Also-
Something, right? No.
are we talking about the one that fucked Ned's bitch or his sister?
Yeah. No. The one because it's the.
Then I think
hold
we are
on.
talking about Dane.
Yeah.
What if it was like
It was the one. He was the one who trained Jaime, and because he was the best, he was like the best swordsman. Then trained Jaime, and so that's why Jaime is like the best swordsman.
because we're generous podcast, like and subscribe, that give away ideas for free. I got 2 ideas. Here's an easy one. Ubisoft, make a Assassin's Creed like game
Jack and Hagar.
about the League of the Faceless Men.
Yes, that would be
Easy.
so dope.
That's so easy.
I also
And you could choose your disguise, or I mean, it could be like a Hitman game where you just choose your disguise, and then you have to go through and do all of that.
I would much rather trust the Hitman devs with that versus current Ubisoft.
Yeah, fuck you. We took it away from you.
Yeah, fuck you, Ubisoft. You can't have that idea.
you can have that idea.
Now, IO Interactive, it's yours.
But if you did the same, I mean, it completely different style, but same vibes as It Takes Two of Ned and Robert, but having it like Arkham style or like Shadow of Mordor style combat
banger.
would go so hard.
that's another thing.
But you and a buddy could play, and they each have different types of fighting styles. Robert's quicker, or sorry, Robert's like heavier attacks with his axe.
Ned's quicker with a sword.
Yes, dude, think about how hard that would go.
That's also another thing
And
they
you would
could
just
have
have to
used
win the
Nemesis
war.
system for because WB had the game rights to, or still has the game rights to Game of Thrones.
They have the game rights to that, and then they gave it to a fucking mobile company. A Korean mobile
So,
company.
like, anyway, those are 2 really good ideas for games, and they would sell really well because it's Game of Thrones.
I honestly, I mean,
And I would
I know,
buy it.
I know that, I know that it's not like it wouldn't be canon, but honestly, if you said fuck it, we're gonna make an RPG and you play as John, and like decisions matter, and you can fully fuck up the whole canon.
Sam's the healer.
Yes,
Base management with
like-
like parts of
Yeah,
base
you
management,
have to build up the wall.
Yeah.
or like forward bases.
That'd be awesome.
I genuinely think they should make a Game of Thrones RPG, and don't worry about canon. Like if you want us to play as one of the major characters, cool. Or you play as like a new character who can affect the world of Westeros, cool. just let us run in this world and go free with it.
If
Yeah.
you could do a Game of Thrones, kind of in the same, like, you know how in Fallout 4 with all the Minutemen quests, it'd be like, John, your forward base needs your help, and you're like,
John, there's White Walkers attacking.
This camp of wildlings needs your help.
yeah, exactly.
I'll mark it on your map.
Yeah, I'll mark it on your map.
Everybody's favorite crow, Preston Garvey.
I was gonna say you should get the same voice actor back to do it too.
I thought you were gonna say Brandon Lee.
No, he's everybody's actual favorite crow.
Yeah. No, I think there's
feel like
plenty
a
Can't
lot of
rain all the
people
time,
don't.
Jon Snow.
I feel like not a lot of people actually like the Crow movies.
I think it's a cult hit.
It's a cult classic.
It's in the same vein as like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
or it probably like didn't do well in the box office, but like people who fucked with it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a vibe for some people that were like, after they walk out of the movie theater, they're just like, you know, some guy in a business suit walks in and goes like, I'm going to watch this movie.
But then he throws the doors to the theater open and he looks exactly like that.
Yeah, the white,
Yeah, the corpse paint.
the corpse paint and the swashed hair, eyeliner. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
little choker.
Still
Playing MCR.
Still haven't seen the new one, but apparently that's not a bad route to take because it's bad.
Apparently,
Yeah,
it's bad.
maybe they're just following Sweet.
Falling sweet.
Like the first one, a lot of people thought was a bad movie.
Following suit.
Suit, not Sweet. Suit.
Yeah, I was like,
Following
and then like my
I
brain.
was like, who's sweet?
Yeah, because
They're following
dude, my
Sweet feet.
my brain took the sentence he said and literally
Following
like auto-corrected
suit.
sweet into suit, and I'm like, wait, yeah, no, like, huh?
Yeah, it puts the red underline.
I pronounced.
Do you
the
mean
E-
this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I pronounced the E at the end of suit.
yes, well, it's SUI. You're like, sweet.
SUIT. Yeah, sweet. Suit. Fuck. Following suit in making a bad movie. That's good.
I
But
mean,
it might not be good.
Everything the reviews that I saw, even from like Crow fans, were like, this suit is ass. And the only like plus is that it's really gory though, and that was it.
Yeah, I had a bad feeling that would be the case.
You know, it's like the thing is like I think I like when movies are brave with gore, but when you lose everything else, it's like, then what was the point of
Yeah.
making it gory?
100%.
You push one like frontier forward, but you retreat in another.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Two
a-
steps forward, one step back kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Well, it's the thing with
Yeah.
like Mortal Kombat, like the newest Mortal Kombat's like, yeah, they're gory as hell, but like the story sucks, the characters are kind of ass.
But when has
And
the
you can't-
story ever been good?
Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and even 11.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked.
Yeah, like the story.
I didn't know we played these games for the story. My bad.
You've never experienced a story in a video game, so you can't speak on this.
That was so rude.
We
any
have said
video game,
we have said more rude shit,
Every time we play something, you're like, all right, skip.
bro. Fucking no, when we were playing Sunderfolk, what is it?
Meanwhile, me anytime.
Yeah,
like,
you can see the indicator where Matt's the only one that wants to skip everything.
Meanwhile, anytime in Metal Gear, I'm like playing all the tapes, sitting in the helicopter for hours on end. Like, "Oh, let me listen to this 5-minute tape.
You can have your one or two like autistic obsessions, but when it's regular games, you're like, I don't care.
You guys get a really poor view of me, but sure.
We get a really poor view of you. I watched the most recent episode of Metal Gear Rising.
And you just skipped every
Matt says,
conversation.
skip. Luke, what do I have to do?
Yeah. I said, I don't care.
Now, Luke, where am I going?
Shut up.
He literally like went, all right, Luke, what do I need to do? And I was like, well, if you paid attention, and then I told him. But no, that's why I don't think we could ever do any other Metal Gear games on here, because especially the old ones, those codec conversations are how the story is portrayed to you. That you would be like, what's happening? Because you skipped every one of them.
If we Let's Play Kingdom Hearts and you skip any cutscenes, you're getting fucking jumped.
Yeah, you'll be in the middle seat, and me and BJ are not watching the screen. We're just watching you.
Just start punching my
Yeah, I'm polishing brass knuckles as you play.
It's like, all right, guys, I'm in Traverse Town. Where do I go? Did you
Again.
listen to Donald?
It
Talk to
is
Pluto.
weird though. I think it's probably because it's
Talk
Let's
to
Plays,
Pluto.
and I'm just like trying to like keep it mostly
Mm-hmm.
to like, I don't know. I feel like I just don't want there to be
Like-
like dead air.
Yeah, well, I mean,
especially when it's like a lot of cutscenes, I'm like having to listen and watch.
But some people watch Let's Plays to experience the game as well.
Well, let us know how you feel in the comments.
I think it can depend on the game. Like Metal Gear Rising was, I think, a good one of us skipping around because it's like there was not a lot for you to really understand in that game that's gonna matter realistically. Like we watched the major cutscenes.
Cutscenes really explains the story. All the dialogue that happens in between, it's like
with the crew.
That doesn't make any sense. They're like, because then you just get a mission marker, and you don't even need a mission marker because the game is linear, and so it's just like,
well, they're
okay,
also,
right then we're doing this, and you're like, okay, I don't care, just like I'll figure it out when I get to the cutscene.
Well, a lot of them too are like explaining the world of Metal Gear currently, which if you didn't play 4, you don't give a shit. So like, yeah, like if someone like. You don't give a shit about the world of Metal Gear because you haven't played the other ones. So you're like, skip all that. I just care about Jetstream Sam and Monsoon and the fucking Senator. Like, I just care about the cutscenes.
I feel like half the times, because I've replayed Metal Gear like 3 times now, all the cutscenes, because I didn't skip the dialogue for those. It all is just rehashing what you see in the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Because like at one point they like in the part in Mexico where you start seeing like the heads and stuff like that. You see what's happening.
And then someone will come over the intercom and be like, "Oh my God, they're doing this to brains."
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm like, yeah, like okay, exactly my point. And so they're doing this to me, and I'm like, yeah, I know, it was crazy.
Crazy. I was there. I saw it.
Shut up, let me fight these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like playing Metal Gear 1 and now 2, where like literally a lot of the character growth is happening in those fucking codec calls.
To be fair, like I'm also playing
crazy.
games where like Disco Elysium, where it's like I can't skip a
fucking
single line of dialogue there.
Yeah.
I mean, you really also, what's good about that game is you also can't. You can just like do the thing where it prints it.
Yeah, it just summarizes for you. Doesn't do the voice acting. You just read it quickly.
Yeah, exactly. And
I think it depends on the game. Like Metal Gear is a good one we could skip around to, but if we play like Kingdom Hearts or like more story heavy games, I think if we sit through like and watch the cutscenes, we can make a joke here or there, but I think having a cutscene play is still engaging enough versus us just not talking and just like playing a game is one thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like, yeah, because in Kingdom Hearts, we're like, I'm probably going to not talk during some of those cutscenes. Some I will to make fun of because they are still funny.
Yeah.
But like, for the most part, I'm going to be like, no, Matt, listen. Like, we're going to make you fucking listen. But then, yeah, we're going to have a lot of, because it's an RPG, a lot of free time between some of those cutscenes of like going through levels, grinding out stuff, getting a thing. That like there's plenty of time to talk. So I think it just depends on the game. But
yeah. But you definitely have, as I said, you've seen me play games where I'm just like, all right, screw this, let's skip this cutscene.
No, yeah, I'm the exact opposite. Where even if I've seen the cutscene before, I'm like, but I'm gonna see it again.
Well, I don't skip cutscenes. I skip dialogue.
At least I'd listen to it all. Like
I'm saying, but like in particular, I do be skipping lots of dialogue.
Me and my buddies are playing Baldur's Gate again now that it's crossplay, and they fucking hate playing with me because when I'm the one in control, I'm like listening to everything, picking the thing. Like, you've seen this cutscene like 3 times. I'm like, yeah, but I want to see it again. Maybe we'll pick a different option this time. I don't, and I'm like, I just want to see it. I don't like having my story interrupted. I don't know. I'm just very like, I'm here to experience this shit, even if I've fucking seen it already.
Yeah,
I want to see it again.
It's like if you sat down to watch a movie, you started fast forwarding during parts you didn't like or something.
It's almost like, I was gonna say, it's almost like, hey guys, check this video out. Let's skip all this stuff. Here's the cool part. Anyway, let's go watch another video.
Yeah.
I did that last night to BJ. But it was to music.
Yeah,
But hold on. I do that for a very particular reason. I'm like, if you want to go listen to this on your own time, go fucking do it. I'm also not going to listen to these 4 songs that I found. I'm not going to listen. We're not going to stand here for 12 minutes. Me just showing you one song I did it on. I was like, because I know this one's a big. I don't know how you feel about these other songs, so I'm just going to play you a little bit. If you like it, you can write it down. And because I know that when he really likes a song that I show him, he's like, I'm going to add that to my Spotify. Yeah. So I'm not about to listen to 12 minutes of songs. So I like skipped ahead and skipped, and I was like, this is one I found. It's kind of neat. Here's a little bit of it. That's all I did. But I know I do that. But I also like, I don't want to be standing here for 15 minutes. I was the only one
standing. You were sitting at your computer. I could have done it. I'm all down to sit there for an hour and a half. You got a video you want to show me?
I was gonna say I'm cool. If you say, hey, this is sick, and you play it, I'm gonna like, all right, lock in. Listen, let's do it.
Just like that speedrunning video that we watched.
It's fucking amazing, dude. The jobs. What is it? The whatever game, like the management thing. What game was it?
I don't know.
Matt shows this really cool video of one of the like rage baiting games where like
it's the one about the it's not called Corporate Ladder, but that's what I want to.
That's what you want to call it.
Work something. Work up.
It's this like thing where they like all these streamers played it. They did a bunch of speed runs.
You have roller skates on your feet and on your knees.
Yeah,
I think we should let's play that at some point.
that'd be really fun.
I think out of all of us here, you'd be the best at that, though.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think I would.
I don't think I would. I definitely would try and like.
Have you played Roller Dome?
I played a little bit of it and I downloaded it on my Steam Deck, and I think it's really cool. I just need to get better at it.
Wasn't Roller Dome taken off for a while?
I don't know. I've played it like.
I think it was taken off of Xbox. I don't know about PC.
Because
I've had it on PC, and then I realized it was on Xbox, and I downloaded it. But I was like, I already have all the like upgrades and stuff like in my.
Because I think Roller Dome and that game like Ollie Ollie World were both like delisted because
Roller
of
Dome,
something.
Very
happened.
good.
Roller Dome's great,
especially when it's like whole thing is like, yeah, you just have to like meet a certain like level, like to clear levels you have to meet this, so it makes you get good at the game, and so it like forces instead of like to be able to cheese your way through, you're like, no, you have to be able to.
You got to get the objectives.
Yeah.
It's like Tony Hawk Pro Skating, where it's like, oh yeah,
some of them they're like even like, oh yeah, you finished the level, but now you have to replay it because you have to get these other objectives to clear it. So you have to replay the level, live through it, and get the certain objectives. Yeah. So
I like when games kind of add shit like that, because like
part of the forced replayability at like points to add like not replayability, forced like they kind of force you to be in it for a little bit longer,
or even if they don't, they kind of make it to where, well, you're gonna have a worse time if you're not like locking in, because like,
or almost like forced mastery.
Yeah, well, like it's not
like,
the same.
You're gonna get good at this game, and we're gonna make sure.
Yeah.
So by the end of it, you're like doing some crazy stuff, and then you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing crazy stuff.
It's to a lesser extent this, but like one of my favorite parts of like Devil May Cry 5 was like the style ranking, and the higher the rank goes, the more hype the song gets, to where you hit S rank chorus. And like there was a reviewer who was like, yeah, the music's kind of ass in this game. It's all muted and quiet, and they just hard told themselves that they never got higher than like a fucking B rank.
Yeah.
And it's like that, I think, is cool, where it's like, yeah, the better you do, the cooler it's gonna get. Or in like Roller Dome, where it's like, the better you do, you're gonna win. Like you have to master it, but once you start mastering it, you kind of just start going. Where like you're gonna probably replay the levels less because you now start to know how to do that shit. Where now you're going like, oh, I can, like you see the objective list, you're like, I can do that, no problem. Jump in, do it. Maybe like one or two tries.
If I'm not mistaken, how they do it on like the later levels, it's just like live. Then, or sorry, earlier levels, it's just like live and kill everybody. Then the other ones are like, yeah, you have to kill like this many people with this gun. You have to do this. You also have to collect all these things around the thing. And so, but I'm pretty sure the first time you get into those levels, they don't tell you the objective list at first. So they just make you live, and then they're like, yeah, you have to finish out this level. And then you're like, okay, now I can see what I do. So then you replay, and like you have like two things in mind that you want to make sure you get done, and then you'll replay again, get another two things, and you're like, all right, now I have enough to like complete this level and move on. Because there is a weird thing. There's actually a story in that game, but it's like in between levels where you're like walking around a locker room preparing for your next fight, and there's a couple stuff for you to pick up and like read to learn about this world where they have like roller skating death competitions, and it's not a lot of lore, but enough to where you're like, oh, this is kind of fun that they littered it in.
Oh, they kind of thought about this for a little bit.
They littered it in of like, we're gonna just come up with something crazy reason, but we're gonna give you like a little bit of something.
Speaking of lore, we also watched all the game theory inscription videos. I don't think we talked about that.
We have not talked
those are
about
crazy. That was a fucking
there
trip.
Were multiple times where I was just completely flabbergasted with the fucking shit associated with that game that I didn't even know about. And he was putting in, or he put in stuff
from his older shit.
Because it wasn't even stuff that he like pulled from. It was, he put in things from games for indie game competitions.
Yeah, that you could only play on his like fucking itch.io and shit.
Yeah, because it was like, oh yeah, like here's a game competition where you had like 12 hours to make a game and submit it, that he put stuff in to like, yeah, you know, oh yeah, in this fishing game, if you grab something from this depth of meters and you pull it up, it's this weird gibberish line of code. And yeah, oh my gosh.
It's like the amount of effort into that is fucking stupid, but also I love it.
The
genius.
point where it got to was like, I'm gonna send these 3 people this thing, and then it's got coordinates to an actual thing that you have to dig up in the fucking woods in Canada. That put me on the floor.
Yeah, and then the 3 people that were the only 3 people, they only had 3
There's 3 slots.
floppy disks.
Yeah.
Only 3 floppy disks that each had a part of the code.
And that if somebody got that and just said fuck it and didn't
Yeah.
put it out,
Yep.
there was no way to win. Like, that's crazy.
And
to
then they
me.
had to find each other online. Yeah. Yeah, using a Wayback Machine, which is
But I think it was. I hope at least that it was all within the game's Discord that he put the link up to at first, because that otherwise it would have been completely impossible to complete. Because the people in the Discord are obviously connected to it. They're
Yeah.
going to be checking all the time.
Well, I know that like that's where a lot of the Gunters were, the achievement hunters. You know,
The Gunters.
The Gunters. Gunter. All of like that's where the biggest community of those people were. They were always checking in there. Everyone was talking about stuff. Everyone was searching there. So.
By the way, I'm getting an Ice King chest tattoo.
You for real?
No.
Oh. For like a second, I was like, look at that. I don't know. That's the way you said it. I was like,
Surprise! I already got it.
yeah. Didn't see it.
It's like Ice King, but it looks like that image of SpongeBob where he has a grill and he's smoking weed.
Submit that to Pics That Go Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with an Adventure Time tattoo.
Sure.
Especially if it was matching with somebody. I think that'd be cute.
I think if it was like stylistic to where it wasn't just like Finn and Jake, but if it was like something memorable to Jake and like Finn's sword, like something small like that, yeah, totally.
Well, Jake also had an iconic sword with the skull on the hilt.
Yeah,
So that could
something
work.
like that. Yeah.
Or the Finn's flute and Jake's violin.
I also would probably get a little BMO tattoo.
Yeah, I mean,
BMO would
BMO.
be the easiest tattoo. Yeah, you could. That's
Yeah.
I'd get a BMO chest tattoo with a grill and like smoking weed.
No, dude, that'd be sick.
think the list of tattoos of X person with
The
the
grill
grill
and smoking
smoking
weed.
weed is pretty long for you.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Dude, no, the BMO would be funny because you could
Dr.
just.
Eggman, Knuckles.
Dr. Eggman would be pretty fucking hard. Knuckles would also be hard.
The BMO
Tails
one,
would also go hard.
BMO would actually be
Chaos.
kind of cool because you could like digitize the grill because his mouth is on the
Also,
screen.
Yeah.
kind of Metal Sonic.
Yeah, Metal Sonic would be dope.
Yeah, because already metal.
It's just the grill's just etched in.
Yeah, yeah.
Like clearly self-done because he wanted to be cool.
Yeah. Well, lots of new tattoo ideas for my birthday this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say if y'all kind of figure like are y'all narrowing down or
Nah.
no?
I haven't
I mean,
really.
we got
even-
until
November.
Yeah.
I've got like 6 that I'm like thinking of, but I'm like I gotta narrow that down to like at least 3.
all right. How
And
many
then-
of
and
them
then
are Final Fantasy?
all 6.
None. None. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let us guess the categories. All right, you go.
I mean, video game stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a.
Like a couple
Be
of them. Are
specific.
yeah.
You said
Okay,
categories.
okay. Assassin's Creed.
No.
Okay,
If Luke got an Assassin's Creed tattoo, it would be over.
okay.
I'm gonna say. I mean, Kingdom Hearts has to be one, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
That's one. of them.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
You got all the other 5. No.
Yeah.
All 4 of the girls.
Cyberpunk.
No, but I do want. I have ideas for that,
I'd
but not
want a Cyberpunk
finalized.
tattoo.
Okay.
Johnny Silverhand with
Yeah,
a grill,
something like
smoking
that.
weed.
Just Pete's Johnny Silverhand with a grill, smoking weed.
I like that we neither of us caught that for a good second. We're like, yeah, Johnny Silver. Wait,
I think I know what we're gonna title this episode.
BJ with a grill, smoking weed.
on Luke's birthday.
On his chest.
Yeah.
So we got
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 1, which I think I've shown you the Kingdom Hearts
So
list.
no Final Fantasy.
I guess if Kingdom Hearts, you want to be like, actually, but Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts 3 has no Final Fantasy characters.
So there we go.
It's not Final Fantasy.
All right.
It's that Oathkeeper one I showed you. That like,
any anime?
Mm-hmm.
Don?
No.
JJK.
Yes.
Okay.
One of them.
Okay.
Yeah. There's one more anime one.
From an anime we would know, Chainsaw Man?
Not yet. I have ideas for Chainsaw Man 1, but
But
not yet.
is it anime we would know?
Yes.
It's an anime we've watched.
You and I did. In a movie theater.
Bleach.
Yep.
Bleach. Oh, yeah. I can't believe I didn't mention
I'm-
Bleach. Yeah.
Like when I said anime, I'm like, it's like the two
Is
that I
it
talk
the
about.
Hollow
Also,
Mask?
that was so odd, being like, what if just Luke and I've done?
Yeah.
And I forgot Sonic and Bleach.
Yeah, the first, well, not first Sonic 2.
Sonic 2
Yeah,
and Bleach.
Sonic 2 and Bleach, yeah.
I thought you were like sliding me and you were going to say Edge
No.
Runners because I fell asleep.
No, we
Te-
saw the original Sonic together.
Was it Sonic 1?
We saw Sonic 2 together.
Yeah, we all.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Sonic 1.
1.
Yeah, you're right.
And then we went to go we were like, I hope they have a Sonic cocktail. And then they're like, no, but we have a Birds of Prey. Or what's like the...
No, it was Birds of Prey.
Yeah, that's the...
And I just went,
Harlequin-
okay, yeah, give me.
and I was like... And then I thought to myself, why the fuck would they have Sonic... A Sonic cocktail? It's a
to be fair,
kid's movie.
they had
Yeah.
one for Mario. It was like Bowser's something or
okay.
other. Yeah.
Oh,
Fair
I wish I
enough.
would have known about that.
Yeah.
I'll have to look up that recipe.
I usually, I haven't done it in a while, but anytime there's like a movie that I give a shit about, I'm like, what's the cocktail? They have one?
Yeah.
We could do videos like that. Like people make videos where they're like, "Oh, here's a cocktail about this thing we like," and they'll just do.
But for us, it would just be like... Vodka, tequila, blue food coloring.
But we
It's a Sonic cocktail. Everyone go fast.
but we each make one and bring it to the table.
Oh.
That actually would be really fun.
Yeah. We each get like one character from a thing.
I like make everyone like take a drink. I'm like yeah, it's Red Bull Speed. And Claritin. And lots of tequila.
50% NyQuil, 50% Dayquil.
Tequila and Red Bull. Have fun.
Yeah, I'd like that.
That cocktail?
No, just the making videos like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Not
sure.
you fucking with us by dosing us like Bill Cosby.
We both wake up. We're both like on the couch.
If you guys want to see the videos that I make with Luke and
This
BJ
one's called-
afterwards, check out our Patreon.
Today we're doing Skyrim cocktails, and me and you just pass out, and then Matt starts recording, and when we wake up, he goes, "You're finally awake."
Oh no, that'd be so good though.
That would be, and BJ just the whole thing.
Bella Ramsey.
You do be waking up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, anytime we go wake up BJ, right, knock on the door. Hey man, huh? Okay. All right.
There was one day where one of you woke me up, and I just couldn't comprehend anything you were saying. I just remember going, "Huh? What? What? Huh? What?"
That's so common though. The huh?
What?
Yeah.
And then because
Bro,
then
turn
I'll
it
have
up.
to be like I'll have to slow it down because I'll like knock a couple times, make sure you're not already awake. Come in, I'll be all right, and you'll be like, "Hey BJ." Sometimes it takes a long time, but if you do wake up, you go, "Huh?" And then I'll have to see like, "Yeah, like just like doing this," and you'll go, "What?" And then I'll have to just go through it again, and you'll be like,
Oh, okay. Homie really turns into like Playboy Cardi for a minute. He's like, what? What?
"Okay."
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I wish I was Little John when I woke up.
With a grill smoking weed.
Exactly.
Knock on the door. Hey BJ, it's on the podcast. Okay.
Yeah, let me out.
Waking up with a good yeah would be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
I do hate those videos of like, I mean, I hate everything about like influencers, but they're like, "Get ready with me this morning," and then they have the camera in front of their bed, and they're like, "Yeah, I greet the morning with a smile."
Shut up, bitch. You woke up 3 hours ago and put that makeup on.
I was gonna say like, it's really funny when they wake up. And it's like your hair's good, your makeup's good.
Yeah.
You look fine. Like what
Don't
do you
have
mean?
to brush it at all. At all.
No, my favorite one is someone did like he showed his behind the scenes. He did a get ready with me. He goes, no, I live this shit. He literally showed him putting the camera up and hitting record at like 7 p.m. Went to bed, and it sped through the like 8 hours, and then he did the thing. He goes, oh fuck, and like it was his actual. This is what I do, and it was because he literally woke up and goes, oh fuck, right, and went to the camera, and like he gets it like to turn off, and you see his face, the bags, everything else, and just like turns it off. Shows him up in the thing, and like, oh damn, he really said fuck it.
If I did like a day in the life video like that, it would be like Matt wakes me up at like 3 p.m. I go, huh? What? I get up and I sadly put on my t-shirt and jeans. Then I walk
No, you gotta
out.
take
Walk
you
to the
gotta take a
bathroom.
shit for like
He
30
has
minutes.
a big fart.
Yeah, big fat shit that is heard by the heavens above, and then come back out, eat some SpaghettiOs, and then lay back in bed and play video games for 16 hours.
That would be like that actually be a really fun like skit to do for either pre-podcast or like a video where it's like BJ's get ready with me.
Like a fake time lapse.
Yeah.
No,
With
and then,
like the Scrubs theme, like I'm no Superman.
no, and intercut it too, where like it's like those are like the scene transitions for a video, and it just shows you again like 6 p.m. Cut again later, 3 a.m. Just now on a different area on your bed. Just,
Yeah, laying on my side now.
but this time now, there's like just keep adding a Dr. Pepper can just throughout the shot.
And then at the end, it's like 4 a.m. and I look at my phone and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
You're like, I probably should go to bed. I gotta work.
Opens Pornhub.
Yeah, no,
I can't open Pornhub anymore because they fucking blocked it in Tennessee.
that is annoying.
And he's not going to put in his identity.
No.
Well, I don't even
Not
let
on
you.
Pornhub you can't.
Yeah,
Everything else you can and get into it.
You-
Pornhub is like,
Pornhub-
you can't use it.
Isn't that the one where they also have on the front, like, it's like a woman that's like, we're sorry, we don't know what to do.
Yeah, there's one video on Pornhub now and it's not even good.
She's fully clothed.
She never takes her fucking top off, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, she could have at least done it topless.
That would have been really funny, actually.
You know, though, a bunch of people would like still jerk off to that.
Yeah, because it'd be the only
100%.
thing they have.
Yeah, even though they're just unwilling to go to any other site, they're like, I'm already here.
I'm not going to X Hamster.
Yeah, I had to branch out, so I'm using X Hamster and X Videos, which is kind of good because like you type in anything with an X in it, you're never gonna do that on your browser unless you're looking for porn. So, you know, I'm more safe now when I pull up my browser in front of somebody to Google something.
Now the downside is you were typing Xenoblade.
That's true, and that does happen quite
Hey
often.
guys, check out this Xeno. Oh,
Yeah, X first three X videos, X Hamster, and you're like,
Yeah, I turn on safe search to go to Xenoblade.
And just because the internet's a fucked place, half the searches aren't there.
Speaking of which, like last year, I finally stopped using like safe mode or like whatever to look at porn because I was like, no one is checking this.
and also, is it because you want to like find a video that you found before?
No, I don't care about that. It was just
No,
like,
you don't have like a couple favorite videos.
I mean, I definitely have memorable ones, but like there was a moment where I was
What about the River Girl?
yes, that one's one of the memorable ones where she's in a babbling fucking rushing river and she sticks a suction cup dildo to a rock and just goes to town on that shit.
Most of mine are just find like the model that you just I know the shit she's done, and then you just kind of go down the list and go, oh, there's that video I saw like fucking a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, but like I remember I was about to jerk off and I pulled it up and I turned on the secret mode or whatever and I stopped and I was like, why am I still doing this? I'm 27.
Like I'm literally like no one's gonna care either. Like
Yeah, like it's normal for me to be looking at porn.
Matt's gonna go through like all the searches and stuff and be like, yo, BJ.
You know what else is normal is using our code check out w.gg for some jitterless energy.
Hey W, I want our shaker cup that we have that we're hopefully working on soon. Please let us have it. We'll make it the Brazzers logo with our side quest font.
But then they have to license Brazzers also.
No. Well, it's the side quest, but with the orange and whatever their colors are. Is it yellow?
Our shit would look good in orange. Like if we do a Halloween special or something this year, just swap the red out for orange.
Yeah,
that go hard.
Yeah, it would be clean.
If we do get like our flavor, our shaker cup, we need to do that all denim family portrait as the thing.
Yeah.
We for the episode that came out today.
Stop watching us on your
Stop
TV.
watching us on YouTube. There's a couple variations of it where it's just guys in denim jeans and white tees and white like Adidas's, and I was like, that goes
Adidas's.
hard.
Yeah.
Adidas.
Yeah.
Adidas.
I mean, there's multiple Adidas.
I mean, I guess.
So it'd be Adidas with an apostrophe at the end.
Maybe.
No, that means that the Adidas possess something.
Well, no, because when you do like
Yeah.
you
When
don't
it's a
add
plural-
another S with
Yeah.
an apostrophe. You just put an apostrophe next to the S. You don't
Except
add
I did
another
learn
S.
that there are
That doesn't sound
fishes
right.
in the ocean. I know that sounded dumb. That
Bro, you'll never believe it. Do you know there's fucking fish in there?
Click that. Make that a TikTok. I did learn there are fishes in the ocean. Complete silence.
that the word fish is like deer, where fish can describe multiple of a fish.
Oh, fuck.
But if there are multiple types of fish, it's
fishes.
Yeah.
It's fishes.
Bro.
Like if there was a weird encounter where different types of deer were in the same place, it'd be deers.
But nobody knows the different types of deer.
Yeah.
Do,
Except for people that do know the different types of deer that are raging.
Those people are serial killers.
Bro, we go out to eat at a restaurant. Matt orders like a salmon, but he'll never believe where they got this.
Salmon?
Dude, no lie. Ocean.
It's fucking good. Hey, you should be subscribed, by the way. This is golden content.
Yeah.
Subscribe, comment, make fun of Matt saying fishes. Be great.
Yeah, join me in my favorite pastime.
No!
Use our
break.
code Take It Sleazy at checkout. And as always,
Take it sleazy. And happy birthday, Luke.
oh, thank you. Yeah, say happy birthday to me in the comments, by the way.
Yeah. But don't watch us on a TV, though.